The spirit ministered to me some few months back about a situation that our world is going to face soon. After the COVID, the Lord told me, there are other viruses and diseases that shall break out and shall be discovered. This shall be made known to the public soon. So this is what the Lord told me some months ago, that the world is going to face other health crises and other viruses shall be discovered and brought to the knowledge of the public. I see an airborne disease plague a region of the world. It shall be severe in its manifestation that if not attended to adequately, shall widely spread and lead to the loss of several lives. Pray for the health sector across the world. I see several diseases springing up from different nations. Some will happen as fast as the first quarter of the year 2025. Some will happen as fast as the first quarter of the year 2025.
5 years ago, COVID-19 was first reported in China's Wuhan, and years later, the question still remains if the world is ready for another pandemic. The ongoing spread of a novel bird flu strain, specifically the H5N1, is causing alarm among public and animal health officials across the U.S. as it continues to infect various species. The spread of the strain has raised concerns that the virus could mutate into a form transmissible between humans, potentially triggering a pandemic which could bring the world to a halt in a similar way it did years ago, when COVID-19 surfaced and wreaked havoc. The National Public Health Agency of the U.S. reportedly found bird flu mutations in a patient in Louisiana. CDC said in a statement that the Louisiana case of bird flu marks the first instance of severe illness that's linked to the virus within the U.S. As the situation evolves, the agriculture and health communities remain on high alert, working to mitigate the impact of this potentially devastating virus.
Our next story begins with a critical question. Why is China silent on the new virus outbreak in the country 5 years after the Wuhan virus brought the world to a standstill? A new mystery virus outbreak has sparked concern about another epidemic emerging from China. Beijing's silence, in a way, is not helping the situation. China is reportedly witnessing a rise in respiratory illnesses, including human metapneumovirus, also known as HMPV.
I hate to say this, but it feels like 2020 all over again. Overflowing hospitals and thousands of patients with flu-like symptoms. China is facing a new health crisis, a new disease outbreak, which looks a lot like the Wuhan virus. And as always, Beijing is sharing no information. They're calling it a pneumonia of unknown origin. That's how Chinese authorities have described it. Beijing says it has set up systems to monitor the outbreak. If you feel like you've heard this before, you have. From the same China, some 4 years back. They're making it sound like it's just the flu season. We do hope it's just that, but sadly the pictures tell a different story. Take a look at this. This is believed to be from a hospital in China. We cannot verify these pictures, but several videos like this one are going viral. Clearly, there is more to the story. We do not wish to speculate and feed the fear, but here is what we know so far. This is not a new disease. Experts say that China is dealing with an outbreak of HMPV. That's the human metapneumovirus, HMPV. This virus has been around for at least 60 years. It is quite common and easy to catch. So unlike the Wuhan virus, this time they seem to be dealing with a known disease, and yet there are reasons to be worried. The first reason is the scale of the outbreak. It is massive. Cases have been reported in multiple cities across China: Beijing, Tianjin, Hebei, Shaanxi, and Inner Mongolia. These 5 areas have reported the highest number of cases. But we don't know about the actual caseload. As usual, China has not shared any data, so we don't know how much worse it could become.